Hello everyone. On this occasion, we would like to present about the good side of MSG, Monosodium Glutamate. Before that, let me introduce our team. My name is Sherly Rindia, Octavia. Next, my friends, Diva, Deannova, Pasha, Moelyono, Putu, Sindi, Septia, Cahyani, Debora, Paulina, Winiawati, and Rizqitha, Putri, Arief. We are from Food Technology, Agricultural Product Technology, Faculty of Agricultural Technology, Brawijaya University. Our presentation topic is very important because we will prevail the truth of one of the food seasonings, namely MSG, which most people don't know about it. Okay, MSG is familiar among the mission generation, right? Well, the mission generation is associated with youth who eat foods with a mixture of MSG. The public opinion about MSG is mostly negative. Exactly, bad assumptions about MSG are not wrong, but also not exactly right. Because exactly MSG not only has a bad effects, but is also good for health. Do you know the good effects of MSG? Okay, if you don't already know, we will explain. Come on, take a good look at our explanation.
Related to what Sherly said, people still believe that monosodium glutamate has bad impact on our health. Even some opinions say that teenagers nowadays have too much consumption of monosodium glutamate, so it makes them less focused. Yeah, they call generasi micin. As you can see from the picture, term of generasi micin is so popular in social media. But are you sure that monosodium glutamate just gives us bad impact? Here is the definition of monosodium glutamate by FDA or US Food and Drug Administration. We can highlight that glutamic acid, which is the main ingredient of monosodium glutamate, is naturally present in our bodies. According to that fact, monosodium glutamate is still safe to be consumed with sufficient usage. You cannot add too much monosodium glutamate like this picture. So, why do most people say that monosodium glutamate is harmful? Or have you ever heard popular statements about monosodium glutamate causing cancer and stupidity? That's what we need to clarify.
Next, I will talk about the source of MSG. Monosodium glutamate, or MSG, is the sodium salt of glutamic acid. Glutamic acid is a non-essential amino acid, or an amino acid that can be synthesized by the human body. Naturally, glutamate is found in the human body, such as brain, kidneys, liver, breast milk, and other tissue in the human body. In addition, glutamate also found in foods such as tomatoes, cheese, milk, mushroom, and soy sauce. However, generally MSG is produced using raw materials that have high sugar content, such as molasses, or from the hydrolysis of carbohydrates in the form of protein hydrolysis. After we know about the raw material of MSG, I will explain how MSG is produced. The most common process for the production of MSG is the fermentation process. In general, the process is divided into 4 steps. First step is sugarcane milling. This step is used to produce molasses as the basic material for the next step. Second step is the molasses fermentation process. At this step, molasses will be fermented by the bacteria. Brevibacterium lactofermentum, and the product of this process is glutamic acid. Third step is the addition of sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate will be added to glutamic acid so that it can produce monosodium glutamate or MSG. However, the MSG produced is not in crystalline form. So we need the last step, that is the crystallization of MSG. Crystallization is the water evaporation process to produce a crystalline solid. This crystal is what we know as MSG.
As Diva said, MSG is still safe to be consumed, but in the limit. World Health Organization has classified MSG as a safe food additive such as salt, vinegar, and others since 1995. From that classification, the safe limit for use is 120 milligrams per kilogram body weight per day. So, what is the good side of MSG? Let's take a look to the research. According to Yonata and Iswara 2016, MSG has a composition of 10% water, 12% sodium, and 78% glutamate. The highest content of MSG is glutamate. Glutamate is a type of amino acid that makes up proteins. Some benefits of glutamate in the body's metabolism are: first, as a substance for protein synthesis. About 10 until 40% of glutamate is contained in proteins. The physical and chemical characteristics of glutamate can be a secondary structure of proteins, namely alpha chains. Next, as glutamine precursor. Glutamate can form glutamine by glutamine synthetase. Glutamate and glutamine are carbon and nitrogen links that play a role in the process of carbohydrate and proteins metabolism. Next, as neurotransmitters. In the brain, the amino acid glutamate can be a neurotransmitter that is used to transmit stimulation between neurons, but still in a reasonable amount and not excessive, so it doesn't accumulate and give bad effects. Next, for amino acid biosynthesis. So, MSG is not as bad as people think. People in several countries consume high amounts of MSG, and the highest is China. Our country, Indonesia, consumes an average of 0.6 gram per day of MSG.
And that brings us to the end. Although MSG has many benefits that are good for our bodies, consuming too much MSG can cause bad effects on health. So, do not consume MSG in excess. We hope this presentation can be useful and provide you knowledge. Thank you so much for your attention and have a great day.